Hi! In this video, we're going to look at how to divide fractions. But before we actually look at the rules for division of fractions, I kind of want you to conceptually see what it means to divide a fraction. So here we have, let's say it's a rectangular pizza. It's one of those special rectangular pizzas. And I have 3 pieces of that pizza. There are 8 in all, and I have 3 of those, right? So I have 3 out of 8 of these pieces, and I want to know, because I want to split up my pieces, I want to know how many 1/8 pieces I can get in my 3/8 pieces. Now basically I'm just asking you to look at those 3 pieces that I have, and I'm asking how many 1/8 pieces are in here, and you can clearly see there's 1, 2, 3 of those in here. So if you divide that 3/8 by 1/8, so how many of those 1/8 pieces are in the 3/8? There are 3 pieces. All right, but yeah, good enough to see that and count it out and draw a picture. But obviously, as you have more and more serious mathematics to do, you are probably not going to draw these pictures out. So how do you do the division? All right, so there is a rule for that, which I will tell you now. All right, you may have heard it before, but if not, I'm pretty happy to be the first to teach you. It's called keep, change, and flip. So whenever you have, that's not how you spell flip. All right, so whenever you have 2 fractions or fractions that you need to divide, you keep the first one the same, 3/8. You change your division sign to a multiplication sign, so multiplied by, and you flip the second fraction. You flip that second fraction to 8/1. And hopefully you've watched my video on multiplying fractions. If not, we'll go over it right now. In order to multiply this, you can either simplify across or multiply across. I'm going to choose the second option. So our numerators, 8 times 3 is 24. Multiplying our denominators, 8 times 1 is 8. And when we simplify it, we have a common factor of 8 here. So 8 into itself is 1, and 24 divided by 8 is 3. And so our answer is 3/1, but we can just write that as 3. We knew that that was our answer when we looked at it visually, but we won't always get the chance to look at it visually. So remember, keep, change, and flip. Let's do one more with a whole number, just to mix it up a little bit. It's still the same rule. But let's say, for example, you have to divide 2/3 by 4. Keep, change, and flip. So we are keeping the first fraction the same. So it's still 2/3. We're changing the division to a multiplication. Always to a multiplication, not to some other random operation. And we're flipping the second. But how can we flip 4? It's just 4. 4 is just 4. Well, remember, 4 is not just 4. It's actually 4/1. Now we can flip it. And so we're multiplying by 1/4. And now we can either simplify across or just multiply across. From the very beginning, 2 times 1. I'm multiplying my numerators first. 2 times 1 is 2. Now I'm multiplying my denominators. 3 times 4 is gonna be 12. And now we can simplify it by looking for the common factor. Common factor for the numerator and the denominator is 2, so we can divide the numerator and the denominator both by 2. And we get our answer as 1/6. And now we are done.